Hey, this is a video for HOMEOSTASIS.3. So go ahead and check out the essential vocabulary, set up your guided notes, and look at the aim. Describe how gases remain constant in a plant's leaf. So the surface of a leaf, if you looked at it in a microscope or with the magnifying glass, is going to look like this. And if you do a cross-section of it, it is going to look like this. You don't really have to know all of the structures except for a couple of them. You need to know the stomata and the guard cells. So the stomata are pores on the surface of a leaf where gas exchange occurs. So it is a pore, it is an opening, it is a hole. And the guard cells are structures, these are cells, they're structures that control gas exchange by opening and closing the stomata on a leaf surface. So they're opening and closing like that. Now, when these are open, so again, this is where the stomata is, this is where the stomata is. This is allowing gas exchange. Gas exchange is a process in which carbon dioxide and oxygen move in and out of the stomata on the leaf of a plant. So the carbon dioxide diffuses into a leaf, and oxygen diffuses out of a leaf. Now that is because the concentration of carbon dioxide is higher on the outside. It moves from high to low. And then when the oxygen is generated, we'll find out about this when we talk about photosynthesis, but the oxygen is then diffusing out of the leaf because it is higher on the inside of the plant, on the inside of the leaf than on the outside. Here is a GIF that I made that is showing you what's happening. So gas exchange, carbon dioxide is going in, oxygen is going out. Oh no, when it's closed, the carbon dioxide can't go in. When the stomata is open, carbon dioxide goes in, oxygen comes out. When it's closed, no carbon dioxide can go in, no oxygen comes out. Pretty self-explanatory. Gas exchange, in an animal cell, oxygen goes in and carbon dioxide comes out. Now in a plant cell, carbon dioxide goes in and oxygen comes out. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know right now where they go. In an animal cell, the oxygen is going into the mitochondria, coming out carbon dioxide. That's not important yet. You'll have to know it later on. In a plant cell, carbon dioxide goes in the chloroplast, comes out as oxygen. Now, how does gas exchange differ between animal cells and plant cells? Please indicate that in your notes. Now, transpiration also occurs in the leaf, but it is a process in which water evaporates from the surface of a leaf. So this allows a plant to do two things: remove excess water and also can cool the leaf. So on hot summer days, transpiration can help a plant to cool down. Now that is when water is evaporating from the leaf. The concentration of water is higher on the outside, on the inside of the leaf than on the outside. So water will leave. Now this is the same GIF that I showed you before, but now you'll notice these are little oxygens that are floating up and coming up. When the stomata are open, the oxygen can evaporate. But gas exchange can also occur. When the stomata are closed, notice no water is coming out. Open the stomata, water is coming out. But gas exchange is also occurring. The oxygen and carbon dioxide are moving back and forth. So how is feedback demonstrated during transpiration? Please indicate that in your notes. Okay, transpiration feedback. It looks like this. First you have high water content. You'll open the stomata. When it's low water content, you'll close the stomata. In other words, when there's a lot of water, the stomata will be open. When there's not a lot of water, the stomata will close. The stimulus is the environmental conditions. The response is what the plant is doing. Okay, another example is when the temperature is high, the stomata will close to conserve that water. When the temperature is low, the stomata can open to allow gas exchange. When the temperature is high again, it will close the stomata. So when it is high temperature, the stomata can close. When it is lower temperatures, the stomata can open. Now what I would like you to do is respond to the check for understanding by answering the aim. Describe how gases remain constant in a plant's leaf. And then complete practice problem set 3. I hope that this video is informative. I thank you for your attention, and I will see you soon.